Studios of WWAY, it's the C.B. McGrath Show. The C.B. McGrath Show is brought to you by your Carolina Ford dealers, Papa John's, Molly Maid, and Harris Teeter. And now, here's your host, Mike Vaccaro.
Good morning, welcome everybody. Mike Vaccaro here alongside the coach, C.B. McGrath, talking Seahawk basketball here this morning. We'll talk about a couple of home games for UNCW in conference play. Our player profile today is Jalen Fornes, one of the veteran players on this team. And then we'll look ahead to a big trip coming up for the Seahawks up north, taking on Hofstra and Northeastern. Coach, at home for a couple of games here, conference play here. You guys split these 2 weeks. And maybe you don't get the result Thursday that you want, but that certainly led to Saturday and really energized your kids to get a nice result and a win against Drexel yesterday.
Yeah, obviously we did not play with the kind of energy and effort that we need to and that we usually do against Delaware. And obviously mentioned that to the guys and did some things in the day of preparation for the Drexel game to get them focused and get their attention a little bit, and it worked out. And we played hard in the first half against Drexel, but it was just back and forth. And then the second half, we really went on a nice little run there and closed them out.
We often talk about the quick turnaround going from Thursday to Saturday. How about going from Saturday to Thursday? Because you had momentum winning 2 tough road games last week, and then you kind of sit, as everybody does, but you sit there until Thursday. Do you think that kind of zapped a little energy you guys had heading into that Delaware game?
I think getting the 2 wins on the road, it's always harder to win on the road for the most part. And so I think our guys relaxed a little bit, thinking that, okay, now we're at home. The crowd will get us into the game. They're not going to play as well because they're traveling, those kind of things. So I don't know. It was a mixture of a lot of things. We just didn't come out and play. We didn't show up like we needed to.
And unfortunately, you ran into a hot shooting Ethiel Horton as well, a freshman who's been Rookie of the Week a couple of times this season so far. He certainly got hot from the outside, put you guys behind double figures early, and it was tough sledding from that point on, it seemed. Yeah,
he got the start and made 4 threes quickly. And the third 3 was, 5 or 6 feet inside half court because they didn't know the shot clock was winding down, and he just turns and just throws it up and all net. So they got off to a hot start, and obviously the other guys on the team made some shots too. And we didn't get enough stops in that first half and just sort of snowballed on us and got down. And they play a really slow pace.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to speed them up. We tried some things to get them to shoot quicker, but even when they shot it quick, they made it. So everything we tried didn't work, but the reason why is because we just didn't have the energy on the defensive end that we'd had.
Yeah, they were taking shots with about 5 seconds left of the shot clock. Every possession, it seemed like. So they're up 10. It's almost like they're up 20 because it was tough to stop them. Well, let's take a look now at our Harris Teeter highlights. Again, UNCW taking on Delaware in Trans Coliseum. This is from Thursday night. Well, despite a season-low 6 turnovers here in this game, it just wouldn't be enough. The Seahawks fall 82-69. The rebounding even. You see the field goal percentage right there. As Coach alluded to, the energy just kind of wasn't there as it was on the road last week. But what comes out of this, 12 points, 12 rebounds for Devontae Kaycock, and that tied the school record, career rebounding record of Keith Redelman with 1,055. Just could not get over the hump here. And again, you ran into a hot shooting team. The energy wasn't there. It was just a bad formula, unfortunately, for this game on Thursday night.
Yeah, and we only had a season low turnovers, like you said, but we had probably a season low in assists too. Just sort of an ugly game on the offensive end for us. We couldn't get into a rhythm. They did a nice job changing up their defenses and did a good job on our guys, but it just uncharacteristic of us on offense and defense of ends, and we did learn from it, though. That's the good news. And the guys, we talked to quite a few of them and told them whatever they did in preparation for the Delaware game, not to do it in preparation for the Drexel game. And but Delaware did make shots, and they're coming in. They were coming in hot. They had won 3 in a row after losing their very first conference game, and it continued for them. And you got to give them credit.
All right, so that was Thursday night, but again, without Thursday, maybe Saturday doesn't happen. We'll take a break here, and we'll talk about the matchup with Drexel yesterday inside Trask Coliseum. Stay with us.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done?
Whatever party you got going in the back, we got the business up front.
Now get $11,395 in total savings on a 2018 F-150, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Hey Seahawk fans, fill your basket before every game with everything you need from Harris Teeter. Delicious subs and wraps, fresh hot store-made pizza, crowd-pleasing party platters, or ready-to-serve wing trays, just to name a few. Firing up the grill, Harris Teeter Reserve Angus beef will be the superstar of your game day meal. We guarantee it. Stop in your Harris Teeter for great savings on game day foods, or download the HT app to order ahead. Harris Teeter, where Seahawk fans shop for groceries.
Here's a little gift from Molly Maid.
Honey, look at all this free time Molly Maid gave us. We could do anything with this time.
Everyone deserves some free time. Call Molly Maid today for your gift of time. 392-3234.
Along the coast of North Carolina lies one of the best universities in the Southeast, the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, giving flight to imagination.
Well, it's not always who you play. Sometimes it's when you play them. And, Coach, you played Drexel yesterday, but that was after they come off a win at Charleston. They snapped Charleston's 22-game home winning streak. So they had some momentum coming into this game. What were your concerns with the Dragons in preparation for this game?
Well, just that, the confidence that they got from beating Charleston at Charleston. Like you said, nobody's done that in a while. And they scored the last 6 points of the game in regulation, I think, because they were down 5 with about 20 seconds left when I was watching it. And then, they got a foul called late in the game, and Harper went to the line and made all 3 free throws to win it. And so we knew they had some good pieces, obviously. Demir is a load inside and outside. He just gets the ball wherever and has an unorthodox game because he's European. And then Harper always attacks. He's tops in the league and getting fouled or free throw attempts. And so we knew we had to play really good defense without fouling and somehow try and get them out of a rhythm. And they switched their defenses up quite a bit, so we just need to be patient on offense, work the ball around, get the ball inside, and get some good shots.
Yeah, you're down at halftime 42-40. Was the key going to that 2-3 zone at times in the second half?
Yeah, it did have an effect on them. They made, I think, 8 threes in the first half. and we made 6 or something like that. But that was the difference in the game. In the first half, they came out and made some threes, and there were some deep threes and some contested threes, which we've seen before. But usually when people are hitting threes, going to a zone where they're going to get more open looks usually against a zone, that's not necessarily the best thing, but it worked. Our guys did have some activity. It got them shooting the shots where they weren't shooting it in the first half, and they missed a couple and maybe started getting in their own heads a little bit, and we got out on the break and finished in transition and just got on a nice little run.
A lot more energy here in this game. Also, they did it for one of their senior leaders, Devontae Kaycock, who was recognized prior to the game and sets a record during the game as well. Let's take a look now at our Reed's Jewelers highlights. Good bounce back win for the Seahawks, 97 points, 97-83 the final score. They out-rebound the Dragons, and you go down to the field goal percentage. Great adjustment. The Seahawks 50%. You hold them, coach, to 45%. They were in the 50s at halftime, so certainly some great adjustments going first half to second half.
Yeah, the ball, they did a nice job on their offense, taking advantage of our rotations and our ball screen defense in the first half, and so that's why we adjusted that, and we went to the zone a little bit, just to try and get them out of rhythm. But, it was great. You saw it there. We honored Devontae, obviously, one of only 3 players in UNCW history to have over 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds in his career. So we honored him before the game with that. And then obviously the first rebound that he got in the game, he has the all-time career mark for rebounds at UNCW. So it was an awesome day for him. Glad we got the victory. Glad we played well. A lot of guys contributed, and that's what we'd like to see.
Yeah, 5 guys in double figures, 3 of them with 20 or more points. The first time that happened since the Seahawks beat Drexel last season, but a big game for Kaycock. Coming off the bench, you got the technical on Thursday, so 24 points, 12 rebounds, again surpassing Keith Rendelman, now the all-time rebound leader. Also, Kai Taves, 10 points, 13 rebounds, his 4th double-double of the season. So the numbers get back to what we saw a week ago on the road in this win at home against Drexel, 97-83, your final score. We'll take another break. When we get back, it's Jalen Fornes, our player profile this week. We'll have that coming up next.
At Papa John's, when it comes to better ingredients, better pizza, we deliver. And now we're delivering extra value too.
When the Seahawks win, you win. Get 50% off your online order the day after a Seahawks men's or women's victory with code Seahawks.
At Papa John's, when it comes to better ingredients, better pizza, we deliver. And now we're delivering extra value too.
When the Seahawks win, you win. Get 50% off your online order the day after a Seahawks men's or women's victory with code Seahawks.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done?
Whatever party you got going in the back, we got the business up front.
Now get $11,395 in total savings on a 2018 F-150, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Hey Seahawk fans, fill your basket before every game with everything you need from Harris Teeter. Delicious subs and wraps, fresh hot store-made pizza, crowd-pleasing party platters, or ready-to-serve wing trays, just to name a few. Firing up the grill, Harris Teeter Reserve Angus beef will be the superstar of your game day meal. We guarantee it. Stop in your Harris Teeter for great savings on game day foods, or download the HT app to order ahead. Harris Teeter, where Seahawk fans shop for groceries.
Along the coast of North Carolina lies one of the best universities in the Southeast, the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, giving flight to imagination.
Well, we're on to the junior class already with our player profiles. Today it is Jalen Fornes, again, a veteran presence on this team. Coach, started last year, became a starter this year again, was out of the lineup, back in the starting lineup, but this is a guy that certainly gives you some veteran presence on the court.
Yeah, you know, Jalen's obviously has a lot of experience in college basketball, and he's been hot and cold a little bit this year, you know, ups and downs, but so a lot of guys on our team, and but he has been starting and, you know, trying to do what he does best, and that's make some shots, and you know, defensively trying to be active. But you know, we're obviously excited about him, and know that he's going to keep on getting better and better.
He's one of those guys that if he gets that first shot going, he can certainly get on a hot streak, as he's done throughout his career the last couple of years, certainly this year as well. But you got to get that first one going for him, it seems.
Yeah, you know, and that's like a lot of guys. You know, you got to see that ball going through the basket. That gets you some confidence. That gets you some energy. You know, whereas, you know, Kai and Devontae, their energy comes from different things. Devontae's comes from the rebounds. Kai comes from the assists. Most of the other guys, you know, that play basketball, it comes from seeing that ball go through the basket. And so the more you see it go through the basket, the more energy you'll play with, the better you'll play.
Well, again, he's a junior on this team. Tanner Barth has more on Jalen Fornes.
Last season was a coming-out party for UNCW junior Jalen Fornes. The Pamlico County, North Carolina native averaged a career-high 11.5 points, starting in 26 games in his first season under head coach C.B. McGrath. And some of the things that he has most improved on have come by trial and error.
I learned a lot. I mean, you know, you learn a lot with time. So they threw me in the fire, and just for that time, I learned the little things, and I'm going to definitely take it into this year.
UNCW didn't have the season they wanted a year ago, going just 11-21 overall. And since things didn't work out on the court, Jalen knew he needed a change. And for him, that meant bringing out the hair clippers.
New season, new look. We didn't get it done like we wanted to last season, so I wanted to try something new.
And even though Fornes had the best year of his career during his 2017-18 campaign, he knew there were still some things he can improve on in his game. There wasn't any drastic changes in his play style, but he knows in this sport, all it takes is one flaw.
On the court, you know, I took time to just take care of like bad habits, and I tried to cut them out of my game and continue to expand my game. Tweak up what I need to tweak up.
Now as an upperclassman, Jalen has a new responsibility, both on and off the court for the Seahawks. And one of his biggest challenges he has faced this season has came from his coaching staff.
It's new. I'm trying to step into that leader role, be a lot more vocal. I hadn't been known as a vocal guy. I kind of try to lead by example, but I'm definitely opening my mouth a lot more, and the coaches are challenges me to do that.
Jalen has played in some of the biggest and best venues that college basketball has to offer in his career, on the road at LSU and at North Carolina, and even the NCAA tournament. But for the guard, there's still nothing quite like playing on the hardwood in front of the home crowd at Trask Coliseum.
We get on the road and some of these places are dead, and it's hard to get warm, but when you're at home, we tend to pack it out. So I think that energy helps us, and some of them games the crowd can win for us. So I think it's great to continue to pack it out and make it a tradition.
Here's a little gift from Molly Maid.
Honey, look at all this free time Molly Maid gave us. We could do anything with this time.
Everyone deserves some free time. Call Molly Maid today for your gift of time. 392-3234.
At Papa John's, when it comes to better ingredients, better pizza, we deliver. And now we're delivering extra value too.
When the Seahawks win, you win. Get 50% off your online order the day after a Seahawks men's or women's victory with code Seahawks.
At Papa John's, when it comes to better ingredients, better pizza, we deliver. And now we're delivering extra value too.
When the Seahawks win, you win. Get 50% off your online order the day after a Seahawks men's or women's victory with code Seahawks.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done?
Whatever party you got going in the back, we got the business up front.
Now get $11,395 in total savings on a 2018 F-150, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Along the coast of North Carolina lies one of the best universities in the Southeast, the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, giving flight to imagination.
Well, yesterday in Trask Coliseum, it was a record-setting day. Record-setting moment is this week's Play of the Week. Rebound 1,056 right there on the miss by Sims. Got fouled in the putback, a chance to get to the free throw line, but that broke the record, the career record held by Keith Rendelman. And it is Kaycock all alone now atop the standings at UNCW. Rendelman number 2, Rowson number 3. Pretty good threesome right there in school history. That Kaycock, as we talk about often, he was in a 4-man recruiting class and he wasn't really the man in that class, but what a career he has had.
Yeah, he's had a great career, and it shows just what hard work can do for somebody. I mean, like you said, didn't come in the most touted guy, but just kept on working, worked on his body, worked on his game. Obviously had a motor already. Your motor can get a little better, but you got to have one to start with, and he's always had it, and he's really driven by the rebounds, and obviously the career record shows that.
Now we stick with Kaycock here. He's our Molly May Glass Cleaner of the Week. As you look at the numbers for the week, averaged 12 rebounds, 12 in both games, 6.5 on the offensive end, 5.5 on the defensive end. Once again, 1,067 career rebounds and counting here. And look at this. I mean, his freshman year, he had only 83 rebounds. He averaged less than 3 rebounds a game. And to see what he's done really almost in a 3-year package right now for Kaycock, it's amazing when you put it in perspective like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's done an unbelievable job averaging a lot of rebounds last year for sure, and then this year too. And so he, the career number, he already has a career record, but it would be obviously higher if he got more rebounds as a freshman. But I don't know how many more rebounds he could have gotten these last 2 years, because he seems to get all of them.
Yes, he certainly does. As we see here again, he is this week's Molly May Glass Cleaner of the Week. Devontae Kaycock, what a career he is having here for UNCW. As for this week's Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week, it is a new member, Ty Gadsden. 15.5 points that he averaged, shot 54% from the floor. That included 70% from three. He was 7 of 10 from three-point range in the 2 games and also averaged 3.5 assists. So, Coach, he comes back, maybe not 100% healthy, but what a difference he has made here the last 4 games.
Yeah, he's a difference maker for us. On the road, he didn't shoot that great when he came back, but he did some really good things defensively. Obviously another ball handler out there, can play the point guard position and get Kai some rest. But these past 2 games at home, he got some open looks and knocked them down 70% from 3. He was shooting, about 60% from 3 before he got hurt. And you sit out for 3.5 weeks and don't do much shooting, you're going to come back a little rusty, but hopefully he's found his rhythm again. Yeah,
still I think mid-50s now, and he leads the CAA from three-point distance. He's been certainly a big factor in the Seahawks getting some wins here recently in conference play. Ty Gadsden, this week's Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week. We'll take our final break, back with a look at the standings and a look ahead for UNCW next.
Hey Seahawk fans, fill your basket before every game with everything you need from Harris Teeter. Delicious subs and wraps, fresh hot store-made pizza, crowd-pleasing party platters, or ready-to-serve wing trays, just to name a few. Firing up the grill, Harris Teeter Reserve Angus Beef will be the superstar of your game day meal. We guarantee it. Stop in your Harris Teeter for great savings on game day foods, or download the HT app to order ahead. Harris Teeter, where Seahawk fans shop for groceries.
Here's a little gift from Molly Maid.
Honey, look at all this free time Molly Mae gave us. We could do anything with this time.
Everyone deserves some free time. Call Molly Maid today for your gift of time. 392-3234.
At Papa John's, when it comes to better ingredients, better pizza, we deliver. And now we're delivering extra value too.
When the Seahawks win, you win. Get 50% off your online order the day after a Seahawks men's or women's victory with code Seahawks.
At Papa John's, when it comes to better ingredients, better pizza, we deliver. And now we're delivering extra value too.
When the Seahawks win, you win. Get 50% off your online order the day after a Seahawks men's or women's victory with code Seahawks.
Along the coast of North Carolina lies one of the best universities in the Southeast, the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, giving flight to imagination.
Well, after 3 weeks of conference play, here are your conference standings. Hofstra is still undefeated at 5-0 atop the standings. Then it's Delaware, Charleston, Northeastern, and UNCW right there. Is Charleston, Northeastern, UNCW all 3-2. So again, everybody has at least one win, and still Hofstra, the lone team without a loss, 5-0. The Seahawks hoping to change that here this week. As we switch gears and take a look at this week's schedule delivered by Papa John's, and the Seahawks will head to Hofstra Thursday night. UNCW and the Pride, 7 o'clock in New York, and then Saturday at noon, it is UNCW at Northeastern. So, Coach, this is a tough road swing here. Start with Hofstra, and obviously when you start with them, you start with Justin Wright Foreman, last year's Player of the Year, who's having an outstanding senior campaign.
He really is. He had a great year last year. He's similar to Devontae. He didn't do much as a freshman, and he stepped it up as a sophomore, and then last year had a great year, and this year he's just following that, and he's really confident. And Hofstra's playing great basketball. Everybody has at least 2 losses except Hofstra. They're undefeated. They're the only ones that haven't let opportunities slip by. They've taken advantage of every opportunity they've had, and because they're playing really well as a team. And it's going to be a tough road swing, but we got to get up there, and we're looking forward to it.
One of the longer winning streaks in school history as well. I believe they've won 12 straight for them as well. So a very hot team here. UNCW again will take on the Pride Thursday night in New York. That'll be at 7 o'clock. And then on Saturday, it is UNCW Northeastern at noon. We'll have those games for you on the Seahawk Digital Network. Coach, best of luck this week.
Thank you, Mike.
A northern swing for the Seahawks. We'll talk about that next week. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Sunday for another edition of the CB McGrath Show.
CB McGrath Show is brought to you by your Carolina Ford dealers, Papa John's, Molly Maid, and Harris Teeter. You're watching